Along my journey, a lot of people have told me to stop dreaming, to get your head out of the clouds, that what you're thinking is ridiculous, and you gotta be more reasonable, more down to earth. And after all my time trying to make it as an independent artist, I found that one of the most important things that I can do, and one of the most important things I think you guys can do as well, is keep dreaming. Dreaming is so important. I feel like it's the biggest motivator that I have in order to keep being the best creative person that I can be. I've had this time in my life for the last couple years where I've fallen into some semblance of success. For you guys who don't know, in addition to this channel, I actually run a review channel over at this link if you guys are interested in cartoon reviews. And that took off in a way that none of my other creative things had ever done before, because I started doing stuff for fandoms. I mean, reviews, it's based off of pre-existing media, so it's much easier to garner a fan base that way. Before that, I'd done comics and illustration for all of my own stuff, and it never really took off. I knew a few people here and there on like DeviantArt and Twitter and things like that, but never to the extent that I had on that channel. Basically, I had experienced success to a scale that I never had before, and I'd kind of almost grown complacent. I'd become so used to this fact that I had achieved success in a way that I never imagined possible before that I stopped dreaming. Before, a lot of the times I'd be drawing a comic, making an illustration, and I'd just be imagining in my mind where I want to be with that character or that project. I was back in college, I was drawing a comic called The New Reaper. And every time I draw a page, I'd always be dreaming, daydreaming, and just like thinking all the time about like how that comic would eventually like gain a ton of success and people would love it. And I'd be on my favorite podcast I talked about comics, talking about my comic. And it was these flights of fancy that kept me motivated, that kept me going, because I was constantly surrounding myself internally and in my own headspace with where I wanted to be, not where I was. And when I achieved success with my other channel for reviews, I started thinking much more about continuing to perpetuate the success that I had achieved, as opposed to continuing to dream about reaching even further heights. I kind of felt like I had plateaued because I had already succeeded to a degree I'd never imagined. And that felt that really stifled me, which is why I wanted to start this new channel. I wanted to get back to my roots and creating things original to me, because now I'm dreaming again. I'm imagining this channel being successful and having a huge discussion with tons of people about all these topics that are really near and dear to my heart, and being able to take Sorceress Lost and my stories and my writing and my illustration, expose them to new audiences, and just have a conversation about things that I'm truly passionate about. Because as much as I enjoy doing reviews, it's not where my heart is. This is where my heart is, and this is what I want to succeed. This is what I want to be remembered for. And I constantly envision this platform, this channel, and these projects being successful, and that keeps me going with them. So my lesson for you today is that don't listen to what those people are saying. Keep dreaming, because your dreams are what's going to help you actually take the steps to actualize those and make your dreams reality. My name is Tom Oliver, and you've been watching Rebel Pixels. This channel is all about people who live and die by the indie DIY creative lifestyle. If that's you, if you love making art, whether it's music, writing, drawing, filmmaking, what have you, and you want a place to kind of sit down and discuss with other like-minded people, hit that subscribe button over my face. Join the conversation, join the family. Come have a discussion with us. Today's discussion point will be, what are your dreams? What do you dream about? What keeps you up at night? What do you foresee in your future when it comes to your art? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to see what you guys have in mind. So, till next time, I'm Tom Oliver. This is Rebel Pixels. Just want to remind you that we may be indie, but we're not alone. Catch you all on the next one.